Mayor and Town Council, I'm off to a great start. Council meeting to order, and the meeting's being broadcast live on Comcast Channel 23 and streamed live via the Carroll Media Center page and also Facebook.com Carroll Media Center. And I hope everybody exercised their constitutional right today. Wore my tag on purpose for that. We'll start with the prayer and the pledge. Dear Lord, we submit ourselves to you as your servants and the servants of the people of Hampstead who place their trust in us. Please allow every word that is spoken and every action taken to be in the best interest of Hampstead, for everyone gathered here this evening, to be a stabilizing influence in these unsettled times. O Lord, bless this meeting in our town. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, Jim.
Mayor Nevin.
Here.
Councilmember Barrett.
Here.
Councilmember Painter.
Here.
Councilmember Thomas.
Here.
Councilmember Oglesby.
Here.
And Councilmember Zolman.
Here.
Okay, minute approvals for the public hearing and the council meeting on April 9th.
So moved.
Second.
Take your pick, Jim. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? When you catch up, town manager's report.
All right. The water system centralization and modernization project. Surveying and design teams continue to work around Hampstead on the new water pipeline project and the water treatment facilities site plans. This week, town staff will submit 3 documents to the Maryland Department of the Environment for their review prior to we release them to the public. They are the requests for proposals for pipeline construction, the RFP for pipeline construction inspection services, and the RFP for pre-selection of the granular activated carbon equipment. Once these documents have been approved by MDE, and we hope to get that approval by late June at the latest, advertisements will be run in local papers, online media outlets, and invitations to submit proposals will be sent to disadvantaged business enterprises throughout the state. The DBE lists are maintained by the Maryland Department of Transportation and include minority-led businesses and women-led businesses. We hope to have contracts in place with the selected contractors by the fall and to begin the pipeline construction by the end of the year. Additionally, the design work is nearing completion of the concept site plans for the water treatment plants. There's a slight chance, that they will be submitted to the Carroll County Bureau of Development Review and the Hampstead Planning and Zoning Commission in May. They'd have to get it in by this Friday if they would want to go to Hampstead P&Z next Wednesday. But they'll probably be doing it in June.
Is it a one-time deal? Just we're reviewing it in June locally?
No, it has to go through a full site plan review. So it'll have a concept stage and a final stage, and each stage will have 3 steps: introduction, public hearing, and approval. So at the minimum, it's a 6-month process with us. And it's the same thing with the county. They go through both phases, concept and final.
Okay.
As my next sentence said, they have a much longer review period. We do not anticipate any construction of the water treatment plants until summer of 2025, which has been the schedule the whole time. We want to get the pipelines done and out of the way and then move into the water treatment plants. So Antina Broadband, they're finishing up the installation of the new fiber lines in the Westwood Park, Shiloh Run, and Brandywine Station communities, currently working in the Oakmont Green, Oakmont Overlook, and the beginning North Carroll Farms developments. Based on the pace they're moving, the project could be completed by July or August. Antietam hopes to be able to begin offering service to individual residences by late fall. There's many projects in the pipeline as far as projects with development. Deb will touch on a couple in her planning and zoning report. Other development projects: the Board of Zoning Appeals hearing for conditional use for the Weiss Gas and Go that was to be held on May 2nd had to be postponed due to an illness in one of the board members' families. It's been rescheduled for June 12th. Tractor Supply Company has submitted their concept plan to Carroll County. We want to introduce the plan to the Hampstead Planning and Zoning Commission next week on Wednesday. Also, the Stag annexation, which this council approved in April, that will become effective on May 25th, and they will officially become a part of the town of Hampstead. Finance, it's been a busy couple of months for sure on the finance department. Of course, the budget's a huge undertaking every year and is ready for introduction later this evening. Many thanks to Cheryl for getting it all together and presenting the budget with a line-by-line explanation at the budget workshop last week. Also, the yearly report for how the town has allocated and spent the American Rescue Plan, or ARPA funds, was submitted in April, and we have now allocated the entire $4.4 million the town received when we added in the engineering work for the water system project. Additionally, auditors will be on site June 5th to begin their interim testing for the fiscal year 24 financial statements. Cheryl has provided documentation to them for the period of July 1st, 2023 to April 30th of this year. White Pine Paving will be doing the spring 2024 paving in the next month or so. The impact of traffic will be minimal, as this project only includes Lair Street, the Public Works lot, and a portion of the parking lot at the Hens facility. Hampstead Volunteer Fire Department, as you can see, it's almost done. They're getting there. The dedication of the new fire station will be held on June 1st at 10 a.m. with an open house to follow. The new bay doors should be installed this week in time for Hampstead Day. And once the new station is up and operational, Phase 3 will begin, which is the transition of the temporary fire station to the social hall. We've already received the building permits for that Phase 3, and we've signed off on them. So as soon as they're ready to go, they should have the permits in hand. Hampstead Merchants Association. The Merchants Association will be holding a legislative update luncheon on May 16th from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Greenmount Station. Delegate Josh Stanko and Mayor Nevin will be on hand to inform attendees of all the bills that were passed and new ordinances and laws which will go into effect as a result of the 2024 legislative session. The Hampstead Main Street Partnership will be holding their second flea market on June 15th at War Memorial Park and on the grounds of St. John's Church from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Their third and final flea market of the year will be held on on August 17th. The partnership will also have a booth at Hampstead Day, which includes a dunking booth, and they will be selling T-shirts. And Councilman Oglesby has a sample of the T-shirt.
Go ahead. You want to tell them what
It features a picture of the old Hampstead grain mill. So it's very nice, and they'll be selling them at Hampstead Day at the Hampstead Main Street Partnership booth.
Not fit to size.
Right. Yes, and they are large cut.
It's a tent.
Speaking of Hampstead Day, it will be held this Saturday, May 18th, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. along Main Street. This will be the 50th Hampstead Day. There will be approximately 170 vendors at the event, along with a kids zone, live music, bike show, food and drink sales. Main Street will be closed to traffic from Mott Avenue to Reineman Avenue from approximately 6:30 a.m. to approximately 4 p.m. And then finally, just a reminder, town offices will be closed on Monday, May 27th in observance of Memorial Day. And additionally, trash pickup that week will be delayed by 1 day all week. And that's all I got.
Thank you. Questions for Jim? That was a lot. A lot going on.
It is.
All right. Over to oversight responsibilities, and Diane, getting ready.
All right, the Farmers Market Advisory Team hosted our annual Vendors Appreciation Luncheon on April 20th at Greenmount Station, and they did a great job as usual with all the food, and we really appreciate everything that they do for us every year. Katie Arnold of Adams Maryland Blues, and she's the vendor who sells crabs, lemonade, and snowballs, gave a presentation on best practices and opened up a discussion among vendors of their experiences and the challenges they face as small vendors. For example, they talked about the increasing cost and record keeping of credit card transactions, but if they only accepted cash or set a minimum limit for credit card transactions, then they would lose many sales altogether. Most, if not all, vendors at the market do accept credit cards, but they get to keep 100% of the proceeds from cash transactions, so please keep that in mind when you're supporting them. The advisory team held our monthly meeting on May 8th. We are now up to 37 vendors. One of our newest vendors will be providing the service of sharpening kitchen knives and axe blades. He will not be sharpening on-site during market hours, but customers can bring in their knives to the market one week and pick them up the following week, or they can make arrangements with him to pick them up sooner if needed. Opening day for the market is June 1st from 8:30 to noon, There will be a ribbon cutting at 8:30 in front of the Market House. It will be a busy morning in Hampstead with the grand opening of the new firehouse, so please come on out and spend your morning supporting our local farmers, bakery and craft vendors, and emergency responders.
Thank you. Wayne?
The Hampstead train station should be opening this Saturday for Hampstead Day. Our Music in the Park series starts on June 8th. I just got the posters today. So, yeah, they look very nice.
60 psychedelic theme here.
Hey, you know, I just say, make me a poster, and the boy makes me a poster, so there you go.
Looks good.
Looks good.
We made the one for the farmer's market as well. So June 8th, we have Hickory Wind. The 22nd, we have Music by Just Us. July 13th, Troy Engel and Southern Skies. July 27th is Bootleg. August 10th will be Best Regards Band. And then on August 24th, we have Mark Bale and the Bourbon Country Band. That's a really good country band, and they're actually local. They're right off here off Hawksville Road. And then on September 14th, we're going to have the Blue Moon Big Band again. So I've got about a $11,000 budget this year between the bands and the advertising. So if you have some money burning a hole in your pocket and you want to donate to the train station for Music in the Park, let me know. Tree Commission. The Tree Commission this past weekend, planted 10 trees and I think a total of about 15 winterberry bushes at the War Memorial Park. I'd like to thank David Unglesby, Molly Rose, Dawn Crockett, Kim Brown, Kevin Brown, Janice Hanson, and Nora Ward for coming out on that Saturday. We just had the perfect weather for about 5 hours to get the job done before it started raining again. So looks really good. It'll be a nice background of green for the evergreens, and then the winterberry bushes get green. They're green and they get red berries on them. It's going to look real nice for Santa's house too. And that should just, you know, as they get bigger, it should increase the presentation there. And we're still waiting to hear on our Chesapeake Bay grant. That'll be another 30 trees to plant this year. So hopefully we'll get that grant as well. That's all I have.
Keep our Public Works Department busy. Trimming them after they're planted. Deb?
The Hampstead Planning and Zoning Commission met on April 24th, 2024. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend, but thank you, Jim, for taking care of this for me. The first item on the agenda was the approval of a zoning certificate for the Hampstead Grain Mill regarding new colors for the exterior. The commission and the applicant agreed to defer the decision of approval of the zoning certificate until they can further evaluate different color schemes. The applicant agreed to paint small areas of sample colors on the rear of the mill building for the commission members to view on their own time before the next planning and zoning meeting, at which time the commission will give the recommendations regarding paint colors for the building. Interesting. The next item on the agenda was the introduction of concept site plan for WashX 2305 Hanover Pike. It was stated that the project received Board of Zoning Appeals approval in January. The board recommended that a traffic study be completed and also recommended that water usage be evaluated as part of the site plan process. Mr. Rourke said that the applicant intends to use a water reclamation process. The town water would only be used for bathrooms and possibly a kitchenette. Anticipated water usage will be low, less than a normal condo would use in a month or a quarter. It was also explained that after conferring with Carroll County staff, that a traffic study would be required based on the number of proposed trips generated. And as far as the Carroll County Department Planning of Update, Andrew Gray began his report by sharing with the Commission the Board of County Commissioners is expected to vote on the Carroll County Water and Sewer Amendments in May. Public outreach for the Carroll County Housing Study will be taking place in April and May. The county will be evaluating the quality of affordable housing in the area, which will be a part of the county master plan update along with the economic and land use study. Hampstead and Manchester have already provided their annual report updates to the county.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Dave?
Okay, all kinds of good things. To start off, I want to thank Molly Rose and the Main Street Partnership for planting flowers at both of the Welcome to Hampstead signs. They're native flowers that should do very well up there, and she put the beds in, so hats off to her. Sugar Maple Park. The Public Works Department installed the following amenities at Sugar Maple Park recently. They had 3 picnic tables. One of the picnic tables is handicap accessible. 3 benches, 1 bike rack, and a trash can. The ground was then tilled and grass seeded in the areas where the new amenities were installed. Panther Park, a memorial bench, a little library, and 2 pink dogwood trees were recently planted at Panther Park along Christopher Way in memory of Sophia Sorello by friends and family of that family, and friends and family. Thanks to Wayne Thomas and the Tree Commission for ordering the dogwood trees. All town parks, the Public Works team will be visiting town Hampstead parks this spring to get them prepared and ready for visitors as we move into the summer months. War Memorial Park, they've recently mulched all the beds up there for us around the flower area. Again, the Main Street Partnership, we added some more plants that didn't make it over the winter. So we added some, and we're going to finish up some stuff under the big tree that's there. And then the Richards Family Garden Cemetery, we cleaned up the beds, and I have a volunteer who has done some pruning of the trees that are up there for us, and he's added some mulch and cleaned up around the trees for us. One good note up there also, I finally received from the Department of Natural Resources an actual clone seedling of the white oak, and I had a small little ceremony on myself and planted it. So we
Why didn't you invite
saluted it,
us?
but we also got a plaque kind of thing, or like a little certificate of authenticity, which I will have framed and we can hang it here in town hall.
How big is our little seedling?
It's about this tall, but it's already buds are already coming out in leaves. So I mean, it's going to town. So in 300 years, it'll look like the other one. So
Should have videotaped that whole ceremony.
yes, it was fun.
I can't believe you didn't live stream that.
Yes.
Thank you. Ben?
Okay, for the water, and I just wanted to say Kevin and his team, they put a lot of effort into this water report, and I only read a small portion of it, but they do a lot of markings every month and a lot of repairs and keeping up with the water for everybody, so thank you all. For the average water usage last month was 346,000 gallons per day, and so far this month we're right on par at 347,000 gallons per day. And total rainfall last month was 4.07 inches, and so far this month is 2.32 inches.
Dane over.
Do we have to do like a reverse non-moratorium? Because once we started talking about a moratorium, it's not stopped raining.
Make it stop.
Nice.
Saturday,
Ease up
though.
in time.
Good job, Kev.
Here's the rain dates.
Chief
right
Snyder,
here.
thank you.
Oh my gosh.
With the weather forecast.
I have the rain dates for you right here.
Hey,
3.
All right, evening, everyone. During the month of April, with reference to traffic safety, we investigated 8 accidents. 5 were minor, 2 were reportable, and only 1 took place in the 42.
Oh, my God.
Speed signs were set at 6 locations for a total of 37 days of display. General traffic enforcement included 6 selective enforcements over a 4-hour period. Actions during that activity included 6 citations, 11 warnings. Overall traffic enforcement included 180 citations, 195 warnings. 394 property checks were conducted with reference to crime. We investigated 4 thefts, 1 theft of a motor vehicle, 2 assaults, 1 fraud, 1 CDS complaint, 1 harassment incident, 1 firearm violation, 1 incident of fleeing and eluding police, and 2 incidents of vandalism. Arrests included 1 theft, 1 harassment, 1 firearm violation, 1 fleeing and eluding police, 1 CDS violation, and traffic arrests included 9 uninsured drivers, 1 suspended driver, 4 unlicensed drivers, and 1 suspended registration. We conducted 127 hours of training, which included topics such as developing leadership, advanced patrol tactics, de-escalation, police social media training, and one of our officers successfully completed a commercial drone pilot training program. Community events included Shiloh Middle School Career Day, Spring Garden Elementary Pep Rally, Spring Garden Elementary School Safety Patrol Mugs. What that refers to is the safety patrol there kind of entered into a partnership with us, came up with a new design for mugs, coffee mugs. We were out of coffee mugs. I would show one of those to you, but We ran out of mugs. We gave them to all the kids. But that was a fun project. We were at the Boys and Girls Club grand opening. We also sent some things out to our friends out at the 911 Center for Dispatcher Appreciation Week. They are our eyes and ears, and we couldn't do our job without them. We also participated in the Sexual Violence Survivors Vigil over in Westminster, as well as the Springboard Domestic Violence quarterly meeting. And we also attended, along with Jim, and or at least I did, and the mayor, the M&T grand opening at the bank. That would be my report.
Questions for Dave? Thank you. All right, my report, breaking into the busy season. It's been lots of different events, either ongoing or scheduling, and different meetings as well. So as Chief mentioned, the M&T grand reopening. It was good to see M&T reinvest in the community and keep that branch open and make some improvements to it. That goes back to the old Hampstead Bank days. So that was good to see. We had a scholarship committee meeting, which included Deb and myself and Judy and Jim. And we had 4 $1,000 scholarships that we're going to be giving out. And one of those scholarships is contributed by Miss Donna Lee, who was here, I think, last month. But she's done that for a couple of years in a row now. And it was good to see we had 8 people submit scholarships. Usually it's 3 or 4, whatever the number is that we're giving out. So it's good to see that people are paying more attention, or it may say just how much of a need is out there as well. Attended the farmers market lunch that Diane referenced, and people have already referenced the Hampstead Volunteer Fire Company dedication, which will be on June 1st at 10 o'clock. And yesterday I was at their department meeting to give them our town donation, our annual town donation. It was good to see them. We were meeting in the soon-to-be social hall in one little corner of it. So I look forward to seeing what that will look like when it's all finished. But I mentioned to them that they really deserve some credit for delivering that project on time and pretty much on budget in a very challenging time, because I finance a lot of these kind of projects for the real job. And it's been a challenge making sure all the materials show up on time, the workers show up on time, and getting these projects completed on time. So they've done a really good job under challenging circumstances. I believe, did you mention the Parks and Playground grant?
No, I did not.
So we're apparently going to get another Parks and Playground grant of how much, Judy?
$207,000. We're waiting for it to be approved by the Board of Public Works.
So it's basically been blessed by the people who in the recreation parks, but we need the politicos to weigh in on that. Don't see why that won't happen, but thanks to Judy Rang for following through and getting that done. We'll have more. We'll let Dave, I guess, announce that next year. Sorry to step on you. And then I recommend everybody get out to Hampstead Day. It looks like, based on my app, the weather's going to hold off, and it won't be precipitating out of the sky until after the event. I don't know what Kevin's app says. His is usually more accurate. But
Mine shows rain.
nah, I'm not seeing rain all day right now. So hopefully we get it in, and it's. Hopefully we get that in, and it's it's not coming out of the sky while we're having the event. And last year was just great weather and an unbelievable turnout. So hopefully, as long as it's not coming any rain out of the sky, we'll hopefully have another great event. The Hampstead Lions have put a lot of time, effort into this, and our, working with our team here, all hands on deck. So I thank everybody for their involvement in making sure that goes off so smoothly. So that's it for my comments. First item of new business is the reappointment of Tracy McCoy to the Board of Zoning Appeals for a term of 3 years. And Tracy served us how many years now? This is at least your 3rd time that I've reappointed you, yeah?
Started in 16 with me.
So moved.
Yeah.
So,
Or 18.
all right,
Second.
Wayne moved, Deb second,
Second.
and we're,
Second.
Dave third.
and all, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, so we'll swear Tracy back in.
You can go home, go to bed.
Got that right.
How this works, out in the middle. So I, Tracy McCoy,
Tracy McCoy,
do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
the town of Hampstead,
the town of
and
Hampstead,
support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office as a member of the Board of Zoning Appeals of the town of Hampstead.
That's a lot.
Sorry.
You're making me nervous. Execute the office as a member of the Board of Zoning Appeals of the town of Hampstead,
According to the constitutional laws of this state.
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
Thank you for your continuing service.
Thank you.
I'll give that one to you.
Yep.
So should anybody out there and want to volunteer for Board of Zoning Appeals, we could use an alternate. As Jim mentioned, we had one person not able to make a meeting and it ended up getting postponed. All right, with that done, next is the introduction of the fiscal year 2025 budget. Basically, there's not, it's just ordinances and, okay, that need to be passed, but our budget continues. There's no increase in the tax rate. It stays at 22 cents. There's an 8% increase in the water fund. The 8% increase, this won't be the only year that we have one, but with the PFAS project, which is basically regulations being pushed down from EPA to Maryland Department of the Environment, and then we have to abide by them, and they're not inexpensive, as you have heard with the modernization project and all that it entails for us to be in compliance so that we meet all the regs and we can continue to say we have safe water. You can argue all you want about whether it's an appropriate level, but these are the rules we play by. I'll have more next year, or next month, next year I wish. So next month, when we do the public hearing, I'll go into my little spiel about the budget and how we're, basically a reflection of the economy and what I see as far as the budget goes. So I don't think there's any other new business. On ordinance and resolutions, we have the introduction of Ordinance 552, which is an ordinance for the levy of taxes for the fiscal year 2025.
Make a motion to introduce.
Second.
Second by Dave. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Okay.
Basically, that sets the tax rate at 22 cents for real property and 55 cents for business personal property tax. And again, no increase there in the rate. Introduction of Ordinance 553, which is an ordinance to adopt the annual budget of the town of Hampstead for the period of July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. So moved by Ben,
Second.
second by Deb. And this just basically shows our budget is balanced. On the general fund, it's almost $4 million. And in the water fund, it's $1.8 million and change. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And then the introduction of Resolution 2024-02, which is a resolution regarding the increase of water rates, which I just talked about, which will be 8%.
So move to introduce resolution 2024-2.
Ben made the motion,
Second.
second by Diane. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, quick work. We'll have a public hearing next month on the budget. We actually already had a workshop on the budget, which Jim referenced in his town manager remarks, where we sat here for 2 hours and went through every single line item in our lovely Excel format with it up on the screen over there. Nobody took us up on showing up for that one, but a lot of employees did, and we, as we do every year, walk through pretty much every line on the budget and how we end up getting there. So, public comments. So, nothing between, all right. A motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. And for those on TV, thanks for watching.
Yes.